Good afternoon, welcome to this first training session on libraries. Our first topic today will be on the Dewey Decimal System. I am Anastasia Stepanovic. I am an information specialist at the Hume City Council Library, and I would like to take you through this system just to get you up to date on what the Dewey Decimal System is, what you'll be working with here, and how we like to classify our systems. Firstly, I would like to bring to your attention who Melville Dewy was. He was a librarian back in 1800s. After he had graduated, he believed that there was a need for some sort of organisation throughout the knowledge system. The Dewey Decimal System came about to him in 1873 to 1876, where he decided to implement his thoughts and ideas and create some sort of system into the library knowledge network, for which we could now obtain all information as quickly as possible and within the most subject headings as possible. To date, we have 23 major editions of the Dewey Decimal System. They are constantly being revised. Mr. Dewy was a part of about 12 of these revisions before he passed away, and after that, the further 11 have been revised constantly over the years. In about 135 countries, we've got the Dewey Decimal System working and taking place. In this Dewey Decimal System, everyone believes that the structure and the format of this system works to their benefit and to the library's benefit. Other countries do use the same sort of format to the Dewey Decimal System, however they call it a different type of system, and in this way it is much beneficial to them, whereas it's beneficial to us to use the Dewey Decimal System. We have a fun fact, and that is Melville Dewy actually liked to spell his name D-U-I, yes, and he then pronounced it that way, which everyone preferred. Why it is used, as I had mentioned before, it is a way of organising our information. The library, before this system came into place, information was scattered everywhere. You could only find subject headings under the specific shelf. If it was moved, it was moved. Half the time, most of the information was scattered everywhere. People came into the library, weren't able to find what they needed. The Dewey Decimal System allows for people to come into the library, to be told by an information specialist where they'll be able to find the correct subject they're looking for. This way it's locatable, and everyone else can find their subject through the means of the Dewey Decimal System. There's a further subdivision of the Dewey Decimal System, so within the 10 categories that I will show you soon, that are subdivided into other categories that come under it. This will follow through into the thesaurus lecture that you'll have tomorrow, but I'll just thought I'd bring it up with you now. There's further other division into that, but that's just to classify it geographically. I'll bring that up soon. Alright, the Dewey Decimal System is classified into 10 different categories. This is so that it can be locatable, as I have mentioned, so that all subjects can be kept together, and it is absolutely definite that everyone uses this. It is the library's Bible in many ways, this Dewey Decimal System. We come to our first group, which is the 000. It is computer sciences. So anything to do with computers, we've put into the hundreds. It's easily locatable that way. 100 is your philosophy and psychology section. It's broken down further later. There's a further 100 subjects broken down, and then a further 1,000, just to make sure you get to the right subject that you need. 200 is religion. So it's all your Bibles, all the historical religious beliefs, and all historical artefacts in that section as well. You've got 300, which is your social sciences. So it's all microbiology, biotechnology, so all your sharks, all your marine life. Most of the wildlife things can be found under this section. 400 is language, so all different languages. If you're looking for Italian, if you're looking for French, you'll send people into the 400 section where they'll be able to locate their specific language they're after. 500 is science, so purely science, so it's all genetics, it's all DNA, it's all dissection, all that you need to know about science. 600 is technology, so it's technology all up. So it refers to internet, all the other things that come with technology, how to set up your TV to your laptop, or how to present anything from the PDA. If you're getting stuck with the speakers or something, you can always head to the library and get it from section 500. Or 600 I should say, sorry. In section 700 we've got the art section, so you can find all different kinds of art. So you can find Monet, you can find the latest modern arts. It's all classified that way. It's Monet's got his own section, that's it, that's standard. So if anyone ever comes into the library and asking for Monet, you can just point them straight to that direction and they'll find everything they need to know about him there. In section 800 we have literature. So this is all Shakespeare, this is all Whitman and all the other poets that are very historically famous. You can find them there, so just direct people through that way. Section 900 is history and geography. So if ever people need to find anything throughout history, it's all noted in that section. Now each section, each of these 10 sections is then further subdivided into 10 other groups. So you've got 610, 620, 630, say for example, and then it'll be further subcategorized into 100 groups. So then it'll be 621, 625, and so on. And then further, we've got 1,000 sections, a further 1,000 sections, and that's where your decimal dot will come into place, and you'll be further classified into the different sections that way. We still use the first 3 letters of the author's surname, so if ever you needed to find the specific version of a book, we always still use the first 3 last letters of your surname. So for example, if I was to classify a specific book, in this case we've got a medical science book here. I would say it goes into technology, where medical sciences technology is, so that's 600, and then further subcategorized into section 610, which is where medicine is classified. 612 is your medical sciences there, and it's human and philosophy. So if you were to look for a book through medicine and human philosophy, it would be through there. And then after that you would put 612 STE. I'm using my surname as I have not looked into the books at the moment, but I'm sure if I was to publish one, this is what it would look like. I have added a link here which you will have access to in your email, as I will send this on to you, where you can have a look at the list of the Dewey Decimal System classes, further subcategorized. This system is still implemented in many, many libraries around Australia. It is not likely you will ever come to a library in Australia, in any organisation, where this system is not implemented. In many law firms, we do use the same system, however we call it the Moyes classification system, where this Dewey Decimal System is broken down into a lawyer's perspective, where we can find specific issues, specific law issues subcategorized this way. If you were to pick up a law book and see their call number, there is a book on hand in the library to show you that that call number can be directed to a specific Dewey Decimal number. This is very helpful for many lawyers because they sometimes go from their library to the state library, where they can find the same book in the state library. Many firms and organisations do use this. As I said, they use either, for law firms, they use the Moyes classification system. Many medical practices have their own different classification system, but as I said, they all derive from the Dewey Decimal System. At home and online, it's still very much used. You'll find that when you go to a lot of other people's houses, if they've got a huge library, they will have this Dewey Decimal System in place. And online, if you were ever to catalogue a book, this Dewey Decimal System is there for you on the library system, where you can just click and put it on the right classification there. It is still a major classifying tool where everybody still uses. It is so beneficial to the library to have this. Without this system, you would not be able to find your specific book. If you were stuck on some homework, you can always go straight to the library, head straight to that section. No, your homework can be revised, you can get all the revision you need. It's never too hard to understand how this Dewey Decimal System works. We've always got books on hand to help you. It's very hard to make sure that you understand it back to front, but once you've been working with them for a while, it becomes natural and you just say this is the section you go to. Like I said, you will find our books on hand at the catalogue library desk, and this way you can refer customers to that specific section. I will now show you a video where many schools have implemented the Dewey Decimal System to help their children understand. I know we are not children here, but this is a very, very beneficial video. Many people, many libraries have this on their website so that other people can understand the Dewey Decimal System and that they will understand what needs to be done. Just bear with me, I'll get this fixed. Now, if you do have any questions, I'd love for you to leave them till the last minute. We do love YouTube, how they give us our advertisements now. Bear with me. There we go. Can't live without that now, can we?
Me. My name is Dewy. Nice to meet ya. How you doing? If you need info, you know where to go to the library. Hi, my name is Dewy. Nice to meet ya. How you doing? If you need info, you know where to go to the library. I do a decimal system. Classifies information. I do a decimal system. Organizes information, son. My Dewey Decimal System is so very easy to use. My Dewey Decimal System, here is what you got to do. Say 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Generality, let me be honest. Say 100, 100. Philosophy, psychology. Say 200, 200. Religion, like the Bible. Say 300.
You get the picture there. This is very catchy for many schools. They like to implement this for their children as they find that this rap song is easy to rap in their heads. For children, it's very, very beneficial as when they grow up, they'll be able to learn this. So if you have a child come up to you and sing this song, at least you know you can help them where to direct them and show them that we've got the stickers lined up for them there. Thank you for listening. I would like to bring to the floor any questions that anyone might have at all.
Don't think I have any. Have they noticed any big changes since it first, like are there, since he first brought it out or after his first few revisions, have there been major changes or is it just, you know, editing the specifications or making sure that everything's classified properly or as new topics come up? You know, so are there major differences from the beginning or is it more of a subtle?
It's very subtle as technology has developed, we've obviously implemented the technology revision into that. It was always there, but we've had to, well, over time, not me specifically, many other people who were revising this system, they had to put in the classification for which internet could go into, and then it could be found that way. Also, the geographical findings, they had to put the decimal in to make sure that it was categorised as European information or if it was American information. So this came through very subtly. It wasn't a drastic change. They knew change was happening and it was just the way it was meant to be.